So, and that as an example of, it's a great example of lack of clarity, where we think, and we all do this, I do this as well, where we think we are communicating a certain thing in a certain way to people, but their ability to interpret it is not as we expect. And I have this as well, and it's a classic problem with writing, with writing
Mhm.
messages to people. Um,
Mhm.
and we see this on, you go on any like written forum on Facebook, right, where there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of misinterpretation, there's a lot of misunderstanding, and some kind of conflict grows because people, because misunderstanding very easily becomes more misunderstanding. It's very easy to go down the wrong road with it. It's the same.
Mhm.
It's the same thing where um, the whatever you do leads to more of that thing. Like, so if you have confusion, if you do something and it confuses people, and you do it more, it just confuses people more. So if you miscommunicate, and maybe it's not your fault, maybe it's somebody else's fault, but if you miscommunicate and they miscommunicate back, all you're going to have is more miscommunication. It very rarely goes back to the beginning and gets solved, which is what you have to do. And say, to solve that problem, you have to say to people, can you ask that question again, or can you express that again, or can you express that again in a different way, uh, or just or just ask me that question again. Just ask me again. Let me get this clear in my head. Which happens sometimes because we make mistakes, we misunderstand. Sometimes we even forget the question. Sometimes we even forget what we're talking about, right? So, like I sit down in interviews with people, and we're really focused
Mhm.
on talking about them and their business, and very often they
Mhm.
turn to me and they say, "And what was the question again?" Because I completely forgot. And 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 that's what I like about that element is what's real about it, right? What's real about it? The real elements of communication are that we will make a mess of things, is that we will get confused, we will trip over words, we will stutter. The most familiar yet complex thing to talk about is ourselves. We are extremely familiar with ourselves. We know ourselves inside out. As a result, we can talk a lot about ourselves, but it's also really confusing because it's not anything objective. Using our brain to talk about our brain is really, really non-objective, which is why in relationships, when we express to other people, I need this kind of feedback from you, we need that kind of feedback. We need that kind. I need to, I need to know that what I want to communicate is being communicated and it's being
Mhm.
interpreted in the right way. Uh, and that's just a powerful element of making sure that relationships remain positive, um, and caring about what other people say and think. And not because we're worried, but because being accuracy matters in the in in that situation. And we're sort of lucky in a relationship. We spend more time with people so we can correct inaccurate things. And that's in essence what we are in a relationship to do, is correct the inaccuracies. That I expect my partner to improve me, to make me better as a person,
Mhm.
and I hope that my partner has the expectations that I can make her better. Not that not not in the sense of I'm going to correct something that's wrong, just in the sense I'm going to take something which is good and
Mhm.
make it great, and not let not let good be the enemy of great, but to let it be part of the path that we progress through when we seek to have more positive relationships. Um, it's a sunny day here now.